Welcome to Houston, Texas, where the Houston Hyenas look to pull off an upset of the year as they take on the top-flight Vancouver Legion. Good evening, everyone. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrup, alongside color analyst Rick Northrup.
Good evening, everybody. Saturday night.
Jacob Clear doing the stats for us as you see the numbers. This year has not been kind to the Hyenas, sitting at 2-7, while Vancouver is at the top of the heap at 8-1.
That's right. Andrew T. Hamilton's Vancouver Legion, one of the classes of the league. As you said, Colin, the Hyenas are looking to put a chink in their armor tonight.
Vancouver calls a toss of the coin in the air. It is heads. Houston elects to kick, and they'll put their defense on the field first. And Rick, as you take a look at the numbers,
yes,
what do you think is the key for Houston to pull off the upset?
Well, I think they're going to have to play a pretty close to perfect game. That means no turnovers, crisp execution on both sides of the ball for each line, and we'll leave it there as we get underway.
And the kickoff return by Mark Lopez is up to the 27-yard line. Vancouver Legion wearing their Vancouver Canucks-inspired uniforms, the National Hockey League team. So
nice hat tip to the NHL tonight. Well done, Andrew T. Hamilton and the rest of the Vancouver Legion Brain Trust.
Here is Tom Pepper stepping up under center. He's got Suda Nakai in the backfield. In front of him is Delaney Nash, the fullback, number 41. Down the middle, and nearly intercepted. Rodney Panetti knocked that out of the air, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Let's get our offense set here, Colin.
We have Tom Pepper at quarterback, Sudo Nakai at halfback, number 44, Delaney Nash, the fullback, number 41, Brett Killian. Heath McDaniel Jr., Rich Pratchett are the wide receivers. Tight end is Craig Hearn. We'll get to the offensive tackles in a moment. As Sudo Nakai sweeps around the end and will pick up 5 yards on 2nd and 10. To set up a 3rd down and 5 situation. Rylan Cadell, number 75. Bobo Cadell, number 76 are the tackles. Beth Horrell is the offensive guard, a walk-on player. As Pepper will pump, go to the other side, and that is caught by Rich Pratchett. Out of bounds he goes at the 40. 1st down, Legion. Finding the dependable target, formerly of Oklahoma City, his 2nd year. Here in the Great White North with
From the Great White North.
From the Great.
Exactly. So quickly out near midfield and putting pressure on the Houston D already.
Pepper back to throw, throws in the middle, and that's nearly an interception.
And they respond.
Knocked away by Ethan Kott, who is the Hyenas defensive coordinator, taking over for Eddie Gage, who of course left to run his own team, the Arizona Scorpions. We'll get to the rest of the Hyena lineup in just a moment, as it's the 2nd and 10 situation. Nash in front of Nakai, offset right. And here's the get to Nakai going that way, falling his blockers, broke a tackle. There's a flag down.
There's a flag on the play.
As he gets up over the 50, close to the 45, but we'll check the flag.
Face mask.
And we have a face mask call. An incidental one on Ethan Kott.
Hey, real quick, for those of you viewing for the first time, what are you watching? This is the Simulation Football League. It's the first controllerless esport, allowing you the viewer to participate in all the action on the field without a controller in your hands. Visit simulationfootball.net for details on how to get started with a team and in the league. Want to welcome everybody all across the country checking us out and getting their sports fix in. Simulation Football League is a thing, and I think you'll like it.
Pepper going deep, and that's intercepted. Intercepted by number 44, Everett Garrison.
Can we just comment on what a great athletic play that was?
He went high in the air with the greatest of ease. Oh, my.
He just undercuts it and elevates and wants, as they say, wanted it worse than the receiver did. I don't think the receiver realized what was happening.
So Kentas Johnson, who has 20-plus interceptions on the year, is under center. Warren Murray's the tailback. Here's a get to Murray sweeping out to the right-hand side. He'll get knocked back for a loss of 1.
And it was tough sledding. And Colin, you asked the question, what do the Hyenas have to do? Well, getting takeaways, that's good. And then getting points off takeaways. Barring that or short of that, at least possessing the ball and trying to get onto the plus side of the field is something they can do to help themselves against the Legion.
Johnson in the shotgun. He's back to throw.
Oh!
The pocket collapses and down he goes, and he's back at his own 13-yard line. Sack made by number 55, Kevin Brackett, the defensive end.
Well, a sweep that goes nowhere, now a sack. The Hyenas are definitely behind the 8 ball on this possession column.
So Johnson is the quarterback. Murray is the running back. The receivers are Leroy Brown, D.R. Sim, Brian Horrell, and Dax Lewis is the tight end. Down the middle, Johnson goes, and that was nearly caught, but ultimately fell incomplete. And this Legion defense minimizes the damage best they can to get a 3-and-out, and will get extremely good field position on it.
The Legion defense shows sturdy and gets the ball back, or the opportunity to get the ball back for its offense, and they're gonna get the ball back near midfield.
The Hyenas punting from their own end zone. Punt is away. High hang time. Mark Lopez returns this past his 50, and it's down at the 46. That's where the Legion will start their second offensive possession. For the Houston Hyenas on defense, they have Chris Joseph at defensive end. Skylar Kingsley, number 91. Mike Fats Johnson, number 99. Rodney Panetti is the inside linebacker. And Angel Salinas, number 45, is the outside linebacker along with Alex Perez. As Tom Pepper throws off the suit on Nakai, who'll pick up a 3-yard gain there.
Nicely done swing passes. Nakai is careful not to run too close to the sideline. Catches it in space, and that gives him the opportunity to do something with it.
Rookie first-round draft pick Jacob Clear is at one cornerback. Number 33, Everett Garrison, who already has a pick, is the other one. He's number 44. Brady Clark is the free safety, number 43. Kai Cash is a rookie. Strong safety is number 27. And Ethan Kai is number 31. Pepper goes out to Nakai again, and he'll pick up about 3 yards. Let's welcome in fresh KingofN.TV. He says, I'm new. Who's the good team? Welcome in, sir. You're in for quite a ride. 3rd down and 4. Pepper going deep. He's got Brett Killian, and he's in the end zone. He'll have it his way. 6 points served up for the Legion
And
on a 3rd down play.
Vancouver gives him the answer as to who's the better team, at least based on records. They put it in the end zone on their second possession column.
That was a 40-yard touchdown play, according to our statistician, Jacob Clear. Sammy Steele kicked the extra point.
For those of you or the uninitiated, I should say, there's this thing called the Rick meter. The Rick meter gives an indication as to who is holding sway and who should lead or win the game. As that PAT is good, Colin. Legion goes up 7-0. The Rick meter usually observes most of the first quarter and then starts indicating a lean or a solid for one team or the other.
Appreciating Hamilton complimenting my call on that touchdown reception by Killian.
Is that the same guy as Andrew T. Hamilton that I saw on Twitter earlier?
That's the same guy.
Is that the same guy? Everywhere. Oh no, I'm already getting some Swedish back at me. Thank you so much.
From Student Akai, love it. Crazy H2000, aka my good friend Dwayne Schindler in the chat, says Vancouver's uniform remind me of the old school Seattle Mariners uniforms. Well, my friend, they kind of share a similar color scheme. Johnson's back to throw. We'll swing this out to Warren Murray. And Murray will break one tackle and he'll pick up 1 yard. It'll be a 2nd and 9. Coming into today, the Houston Hyenas are they're just outside the top 10. They average just over 95.5 rushing yards a game with Murray. But they have 33 turnovers, 20th in the league in that stat. Murray plows ahead for a pickup of 3, setting up a 3rd and 6. The Hyenas convert 48% on 3rd down. And the Legion give up 53% on 3rd down allowed on offense, or defense rather. That time the throw is knocked away by number 25 for the Legion. That was Drew Hamilton. For this, that was so quick. We haven't gotten to the the Vancouver defense. 2 possessions and 2 very quick 3 and outs.
Oh yeah, Butter, I'm coming. I'm blocking this.
Adams kicks it away, and Lopez, waiting back deep in his own 30, spins off one defender, hurdles over another, gets to the 41.
The spin move is much appreciated by this crew. And it proves effective again as he picks up a couple of extra yards. So already the Rick meter is actually twitching, and it's indicating lean Vancouver, even though it normally sits and watches most of the first quarter. But the Hyenas have yet to sort of get out of first gear, Colin.
Judah Nakai on the carry, and Nakai will pick up 4 yards. That'll be 2nd and 6.
First gear offensively, that is. They do have an interception to their credit on the defensive side of the ball, and I think the defense is going to have their hands full tonight, Colin.
I agree with that, Rick. Doug and Dave 54 in the chat saying that's how we do it. He's the linebacker of this Legion defense. Welcome in DR Sim, Devon Simeon to the chat. As soon as Nakai gets the swing pass, he'll go backwards a yard. And also on the play, it'll be 3rd and 7. Everett Garrison joining the defenders on the tackle.
The Mike Mayock tackle. And that's going to be the kind of defensive play that the Hyenas are going to need all night.
3rd down and 7, 3 wide receivers. We've yet to see Craig Hearn, the tight end, number 88. And Stomp Pepper goes down in a heap. And that is Mike Fats Johnson on the sack. What a time to come up with their first sack of the day on 3rd down.
Indeed. 2 solid defensive plays in a row for the Hyenas. You go, guys.
Damon Simeon says, Suda Nakai in the chat is speaking another language. And you, sir, would be correct. That is Swedish. as the return is fielded up to the 23 by Leroy Brown, number 11. This is number 3 wide receiver. Brian Horrell was rookie free agent, signed in week 9. Replaces Duke Wilson. Offensive guard is Alistair Johnson, number 76. He'll be tasked with stopping Leah Dama, who set a single team record for Vancouver for sacks so far this season, as Murray picks up 5. That'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, sturdy little run for them. And Suda Nakai had given me a compliment in Swedish. My reply, Taxa mycket snauser, is thank you very much, kind sir. For those of you that don't remember your high school Swedish, who didn't take high school in Swedish? Who didn't take high school in Swedish? Yeah, talker good or better, much me.
Here's the second straight run play for Murray. Breaks the tackle. There he goes. 50, 40, 31. Murray is going to score. 10, 5. Touchdown, Hyenas. What a play by Murray.
Well done. And did you see the fleet of blockers that accompanied him to the end zone, Colin? That was a thing of beauty. We got to see who pulled and who came around that end with him. Here we go.
That was Alistair Johnson who had the initial block, and then
he's got some ends. He's got tight end. He's got some linemen bumbling and stumbling down the field. That's just great. Well, and that performance right there has got the Rick meter regretting the early call as it goes back to neutral.
That was a 72-yard touchdown run by Warren Murray, and that is his 10th rushing touchdown of the year.
You know, it's interesting thinking out loud, Colin, which is always dangerous. But how much time has Vancouver spent either tied or trailing in their games? That's analysis we didn't look at. But if Houston can stay close or maybe even have a lead, that puts a little different kind of pressure that Vancouver may not be so used to. And that may be a key to the game, Colin. Continuing to answer your first question.
Jaquan Colgate is the Week 7 place kicker. He was signed in as a preferred walk-on. He made the extra point. And his kickoff goes to Lopez down around the 10-yard line. And Mark Lopez has a lane. It gets knocked down at his own 29. So for this Legion defense, we've introduced new bits and pieces. Leah Dama's the defensive tackle. Kevin Brackett's the defensive end. Linebackers are Brian Craven, Doug Day, Kyler Murray, Dean Maddox are the corners. As back on offense, Sergeant Pepper will take a quick drop back, throws an outcut beautifully to Heath McDaniel Jr. out of bounds for a pickup of 6, 2nd and 4.
It's a question about the official Rick Meter t-shirt. I don't know. We're going to have to get with the official logo graphic people.
The Sector 6 people.
Exactly.
I'm sure they can do something.
I might have to develop a Rick Meter.
Pepper gives off to Nakai, and Nakai slashes ahead for 3 yards to set up a 3rd and 1.
And here's the warning, dad joke coming. For those of you that would be interested in a Rick Meter t-shirt, you'll have to apply to see if you can measure up. I'll be here all night.
Now they ended the second tight end, Phil Cause, number 81. And they'll throw out of this set. They'll throw to Nakai. And he goes out of bounds at the Legion 48. And so far for Pepper, the quarterback rating has been a really healthy 83.9. Damon Simeon says the focus is to stop the run game.
Okay, thanks for that inside baseball. So they clearly want to have Tom Pepper. Well, if that's the case, then it means they want to have Tom Pepper beat them with his arm. And Colin, we've called more than a few games where the wheels have come off for Pepper in the second half with picks and missed throws. So
He's back to throw again. Looking for. That was that Craig Kern?
yeah, no, 85. Who you got there?
I didn't.
Yeah, anyway,
That's Brandon Ward, actually.
yeah, it's
not
Ward.
we.
Yeah.
Do you think they'd be going to the Moose in that situation? 2nd and 10, they go empty shotgun, 5 wide receivers.
Could get some pressure from the Hyenas. Oh, they back out of it.
And they get a 4-man rush. Oh, knocked away. Ethan Kai with his 2nd pass breakup. Of course, Kai comes over from St. Louis. I know him well. Good rangy player. Has made a couple of Pro Bowls in his time.
Yep. Good player. I know he appreciated his time for the Gladiators. With the Gladiators.
Bunched at the top of the formation, 1 man down to the bottom.
They might not have the right coverage on that bunch. Let's see what happens.
We got 2 men going against 3, but it doesn't matter. Down goes Pepper. Mike Johnson again, his 2nd sack. And that'll set up a 4th and forever.
Well, last 2 series, the Hyena defense has forced a punt, Colin. Are we seeing a little sort of settling down or maturity? Ripening, if you will, in the early sledding by the Hyena defense? That is an open question. We'll see how it goes. And
oh yes, the punt's away and returned by Brown up to the 20-yard line.
I think you could call that a return. There was a mob scene there, as Vancouver has excellent coverage on that, Colin.
Johnson's back out on the field. He has to navigate an offense that has had difficulty moving the ball through the air. He's 1 for 3 for 1 yard.
Yeah, he's one of several brothers, including Navin R. Johnson and Howard Johnson.
Trips to the top of the formation. Dax Lewis is in at tight end. Johnson with a quick drop back, fires it out. Leroy Brown with the catch, and he'll pick up 7 yards. Tackle made by Brian Craven, the outside linebacker.
This just in. The Rick meter says, watching closely.
Ruck Blazers, the other defensive end, joining Brackett. And a tackle next to Dama is the Ram, Hugo Reyosa. As Murray explodes upfield to the 34. Enough yards for first down.
I surprised the Legion on that, Colin, as they had trips to the right side of the formation, and they run to the weak side. And nobody's really home there, at least in the defensive line for the Legion. Give up the first down. Good job, Hyenas.
Lincoln Kingseed Sr. is the strong safety. And the free safeties are Ashley Rose Finch, number 23. As Warren Murray again explodes to the open. 38. He cut off my sentence, and right now he's off to 110 yards rushing.
And with that run, cue the chat for the Legion fans who will once again complain about missed tackles, but that's just a great run.
He broke a tackle, and Mark Lopez saved him from going 70-plus again. 1st and 10 of the Legion 38. Warren Murray has put his team on the back here in the early going. Here's a sweep left, and this time they stop Murray in the backfield for a loss of.
Waning seconds of the first quarter, Colin, and here are the Hyenas on the plus side of the field. In a tie ball game.
7-7. Will they get this play off? Likely not, unless they snap it really quick. And they do. It's a Murray handoff up the middle, and he'll pick up about 1, so that's the end of the first quarter. We have the Vancouver Legion and Houston Hyenas all tied up at 7. Who knew? Who knew? You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch TV.
Hey, we had talked about Sector 6 apparel. Visit sector6apparel.com for all league and team apparel, including hoodies, t-shirts, team jerseys, and more. Sector 6, look out, the official apparel provider of the SFL.
0 for 2 on third down is Houston. They have all 10 yards to go. Johnson down the middle. It is caught. That is Barry Bergen's. What a catch. Down the middle. And that'll good for a first down to the 25. Just running slants over the middle, and Johnson found the open receiver.
A little bit of traffic in there, almost kind of a smorgasbord of receivers. Oh, there's your Swedish choke day again.
I formation, Murray, the deep back. The fullback is Mike Allen. As Johnson's back to throw, throws it up. And it's good for a first down to the 14. And hello to DR Sim. The doctor has stepped in the building.
The doctor is in. That's right. And we're not going to get a second look at that. But that had to be a very pinpoint, precise throw as he's running away at an angle. And it's got to be right there. Too short, and it's a pick. Too long, and it's incomplete. Too wide.
Murray, he catches this one, and the backfield explodes into the end zone. Oh my goodness gracious. Touchdown, Houston.
And the Hyenas collectively laugh at their good fortune as they suddenly take the lead.
As Murray has accounted for both of his team's touchdowns for Kentish Johnson, that's passing touchdown number 10. Congratulations. And Colgate on to try the extra point.
Coach Craven with good analysis there. There were some bad pursuit angles taken, and once that ball was caught, the deal was done. And
just like that, with 9:55 to go in the first half, Houston has a 7-point lead in a game in which they were 17-point underdogs, according to the boys who run the Jacksonville Kings analytics department.
Yes, thank you very much. And we want to welcome in everybody from all across the country as we're trying to beat this virus thing as part of the national emergency. And welcome to Sports on TV.
As Mark Lopez returns it up to the 30-yard line.
You're watching the Simulation Football League, the world's first controllerless esports. Go to simulationfootball.net for more details.
Welcome in Gerald Smith to the chat, aka Suicide King. And with the eyeballs, as people were talking about the spread, and Tom Pepper is in the shotgun. He's back to throw. Down the middle of the field, pass complete for a first down to the Legion 47, Heath McDaniel Jr. His second catch, he is up. Pepper is up to around 85 yards passing. Connor Weston, the Florida Storm running back, who signed as a preferred walk-on, as I like to call it, the people who join midseason.
Yes, indeed. Good pickup for them as well.
Shooter Nakai in the carry, and Nakai explodes. He says, anything Murray can do, I can do just as good. Bricks a tackle. Bricks 2 tackles and nearly broke a third down to the 5.
Wow, now it's Houston's turn to complain about missed tackles. Excellent run by Nakai. Gets them first and goal.
And a pulling play.
Whoop. A little swim move there with the ball.
Bobo Cadell got knocked down, but he just got enough of his man as he broke 2 tackles, did Nakai. And the last broken tackle, that was Angel Salinas, the 3rd round pick in the SFL rookie draft for Houston. Pepper is in the gun. He's back to throw. Has a pocket to throw from touchdown. His second of the day to Brett Gillian. And we're an extra point away from a tie once again.
And Killian just gets loose. They kind of lose him to the Hyena D. He's wide open right over the middle.
Just running sort of an in pattern, makes the perfect cut, and he's open in the middle of the zone as Captain Canada finds Killian for his second touchdown.
That's the kind of touchdown that just drives coaches crazy because Killian is clearly one of their best players, and yet somehow he's unattended in the end zone.
That is the second catch for Killian
Extra
for
point is
44
good.
yards and 2 touchdowns, according to Jacob Clear. The drive summary for the Legion: 3 plays, 70 yards, and a 4-yard touchdown pass to Killian from Pepper.
Thank you, Jacob Clear, for keeping track of all the ins and outs for us.
Houston's last offensive drive was a 7-play, 73-yard drive and a 14-yard touchdown pass to Warren Murray from Kentez Johnson.
Well, the Rick meter is still stuck at neutral, everybody.
Leroy Brown cuts his way through traffic, and he's down at the 29. 8:36 to go, and back and forth we go, Rick.
This is awesome. Two teams with very different records, playing to a draw so far. And it's got an early feel of a back and forth, bit of a slugfest. We'll see how the rest of the contest goes, but
108 viewers, according to Andy Hamilton, watching us right now here on our Twitch channel. It's Warren Murray broke 2 tackles and nearly broke a third. He's just setting them off like flies, and you see the yards. He's up to 126, Suna Nakai only to 57, but the average for both guys well over 14 yards. He broke Al King Sr.'s tackle like he was not even there.
Colin, I know you'll get to it with the actual numbers from Jacob Clear, but are we witnessing an emerging running back duel?
We are indeed. Warren Murray's at 126 yards. Suna Nakai is at 79. That is just on 5 carries.
That's ridiculous.
As Johnson's back to throw, throws it out, cut to the sideline. He led his man too far out of bounds. A young rookie, Brian Horrell, looking at his hands and saying, where did I go wrong?
Where did I go wrong? Yeah.
And Damon Simeon throwing the challenge flag here.
Doctor is not happy.
And we'll get our first visit under the hood.
There's no truth to the rumor that he blew his nose in the hanky before he threw it. He just simply threw it. And here's it. Oh, yeah. He's going to get his hanky back, and they're going to take a timeout away.
The pass was incomplete. The catch was made.
And it was worth the shot, I guess. You want your team to have the best opportunities you can get.
Yeah, there was a chance that he might have been able to drag his foot before planting
A foot,
it.
sometimes 2 feet. The definition of what is a catch is evolving. Seemingly almost on a daily basis. Gets out of bounds around the Legion 49.
You can put a pin in that one. That definitely was a catch.
3rd down and 4. And Johnson is under center. He's staring at an unmanned front with 4 linebackers. Here's the handoff to Murray, and Murray breaks the tackle but can't get out of the backfield. He lost a yard back to his own 49. And Mr. Adams is on the field for a punt.
Legion defense breathes a sigh of relief. They want to see Murray break another one.
Dean Maddox delivering the hard hit. Here's a free agent pickup from London in the offseason. Is this punt?
Oh,
They let it roll. just a bit too far.
Everybody decides to watch it roll into the end zone.
For Tom Pepper and his Legion offense, can they follow up a drive that resulted in Pepper's second touchdown pass with another one here?
They'd like to take the advantage and put the pressure back on the Hyenas. As unbelievable as that sounds to many around the league.
Pepper throws, and out of bounds he goes. And I think that catch is good for 5 yards to Killian.
Oh, man, that's challenged that one, too.
Greg Hearn, he's called the Moose. He's built like one. He's 6'5", 255. Tom Pepper is approaching 100 yards. He's right around 98. He gives off to Suna Nakai here, and Nakai will pick up 3 yards to the 28.
Well, I agree, Colin. The Hyenas are in a little bit of an early the Legion's in a little bit of an early dogfight with the Hyenas, and I think Tom Pepper really needs to take control on this drive and put some more points on the board.
Blitz being shown from Houston. They come with it, and Nakai is stopped in the backfield.
Well, it runs right into the blitz, doesn't he?
And the tackle was made by number 55, Alex Perez. A week 4 signee.
Houston forces a punt here.
Leroy Brown returns it up to the 45.
Well, your Houston Hyenas now have a very good field position to start this possession, as we're at 5:46 in the second quarter. You're watching the simulation football league.
Kind of a fast-moving ball game we have going on here.
Indeed. Now the Hyenas look to put some pressure on the Legion by taking the lead back.
They go 2 tight ends, and Warren Murray gets the carry, and Murray gets stopped for 4 yards. That might be considered a win, considering some of the yards he ripped off so far in this ball game.
They got 6 yards. So, yeah, holding him to something less than 50 feels like a win. Vancouver loads the box.
They're showing blitz, 2 wide receivers for Houston. They go to the 2 receiver side, and DR Sim kind of has to make a twisting catch. He gained a few yards, it'll be 3rd and 4. Can't fault the play call there. The pass just a little behind Sim, and he had to do this sort of acrobatic thing to twist to catch.
Vancouver challenging again on defense.
And
the line.
Made contact with the center before the ball was snapped. We haven't seen that penalty very often. And that will result in a first down, as they call it plain encroachment, no neutral zone infraction, because it did not occur after the ball was snapped.
That's an interesting penalty. Not that it was called, but that the D line was so jumpy. I wonder if they're starting to feel some pressure here.
They weren't press coverage. Now Legion defensive backs back off a little. Johnson pop wise is down the middle. Dax Lewis with a great catch in between 2 defenders as he gets sandwiched to 27 for Kentes Johnson. So now it's 69 yards passing. And he's yet to throw an interception. Beautiful corner pattern right in between. That was Dean Maddox and Brian Craven. Craven was the one with the tackle. 5 wide receivers, 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Johnson back to throw. Fires down the middle of the field. Theo Sim with the catch down to the 9.
Wow, did you see how clean that pocket was? A lot of time, a lot of distance and space between he and his O-line. Makes it easy to survey the field. Here we go. Look at that.
He throws down the middle, and once again, Kentez Johnson fitting it into tiny windows. Lincoln Kingseed Sr. with the tackle.
Great name, by the way. All-star name. Yeah, it just shows you, even with the Legion had great coverage on that, and he just laser pointed that thing right in there.
Johnson going to the end zone. Touchdown. The doctor makes a house call. Touchdown, Houston. And they have a 6-point lead pending the extra point.
Wow.
Wide open in the folks at Hyena Den Park. This has been a series of games between these teams in which the home team has won all the games.
Houston throws a little razzle-dazzle at them, and Sims comes off the cross and finds himself all alone in the corner. Well done, Houston.
Out of the hold of Dave McNair. The extra point is up and good. You know, even though they're from a goal line distance, it's not a gimme. So with 3:28 to go in the first half of play, the Houston Hyenas are in front 21-14.
You know what's interesting about this, Colin, as we look back at the series between these two teams, it's been a home team kind of series. And who'd have thought it's looking good for the Hyenas here tonight against a very powerful Vancouver Legion.
The return by Mark Lopez. He juked one man, and I thought he was going to go farther, but he was stopped at the 32. Now if you're the Legion, you don't panic, because last time you were down by 7, you stuck it in the end zone.
Andy Hamilton in the chat already making excuses. Vancouver team, is that what that's about? Am I?
No, I think he's just enjoying your comment earlier about the series. Pepper down the middle, it's complete to Rich Pritchard, and Pritchard is away down to the 25-yard line. And Rich Pritchard makes a huge reception for the Legion on the first play, his longest catch of the day, and
wow. And just like that, here come your Vancouver Legion, Andrew T. Hamilton. Woo.
First and 10 at the 25. Split backs for the Legion. Back to the throw. Pepper deep drop this time. Now steps up in the pocket. Has all day to throw. Avoids. He's just showing up. Finds Killian for the first down to the 12.
Whoa, there's a sandlot play for you right there. How did he not get sacked by the water boy coming back?
Oh my goodness. Brett Killian was just standing there all by himself. He could have made himself a sandwich and ate it while he got the ball. Well, he was waiting for the ball. First and 10 from the 12-yard line of the Hyenas. Pepper steps up under center, gives on a wide play to Pseudo Nakai, and he only manages to pick his way forward for a gain of 1.
Nakai throws the old dipsy-do at him behind the line of scrimmage, but not falling for it are the Hyenas, who tackle him to bring up 2nd and 9.
We've reached a 2-minute warning here in Houston. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch.tv. Don't go anywhere. Legion looking to tie, down by 7, 21-14. Out of the 2-minute warning, it's a 2nd and 9 situation. Vancouver, they have 2 tight ends on the field. Pseudo Nakai gets the carry, has to break 1 tackle, but cannot do it. Exploding to make the play. It was Number 32, that's the cornerback, Jacob Clear. Makes the hit, a loss of 1 back to the 12, setting up a 3rd and 10. First down yardage markers at the 2, but they can score. Here's Pepper. Oh, he just barely got that one away as Mike Johnson, Fats, was once again in the neighborhood.
Indeed, and fortunate that was called or ruled an incomplete pass. Very easily could have been a fumble and a live ball.
Sammy Steele on to try the field goal attempt.
Well, given the progress made by Vancouver earlier in this drive all the way down to the doorstep, Houston's got to be really happy with a field goal attempt here, Colin.
Snap, spot, a kick is on the way, and for 29 yards, it is up and good. So they cut it to a 21-17 game with 1:30 left. Remember, Houston elected to kick to start, so they will get the ball first coming out of this quarter. So possibly Houston could double dip.
I don't know. Hey, by the way, this is the time in the game where we like to ask the question, what the heck's going on with the Rick meter? The Rick meter is lean Houston. Leaning Houston here in the waning moments of the first half.
Dean Maddox imploring his fellow defenders, we need a stop. The Hyenas will start on their own 28-yard line.
Hey, we want to welcome everybody all across the country that's checking out the SFL. Maybe you've seen us the last couple of weeks, and or maybe you're new to us tonight, the big Saturday night, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 in the West broadcast. Follow the SFL on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and all. And more, all at Simulation FL. Make sure to catch more content like The Kramer Show, game highlights, and more by subscribing.
As Johnson down the middle throws his first interception. He was looking for DR Sim, and he gets tackled at his own 47. Hunter Norwood says they're on pace to fly past the over-under set at 57.5.
Wow. Well, my apologies to the talent for talking over an exciting play, and really I'll blame the quarterback for throwing an interception. Well, I was going to say, subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss a moment of the action when we're not on television.
Like we are right now. Pepper under center, turns, gives to Suna Nakai up the middle, makes a spin, broke a tackle, nearly broke a second. It goes down to the 39 here. Pepper changing the play now, gets set. 7-step drop by Tom. He fires down the field. He scores. In 2 plays, the Hyenas cash in on the Johnson interception.
You mean Vancouver? She cashes in on the interception.
I just ruined a great call by misidentifying the wrong team.
Oh, let's try again. And here it is. It's live.
He makes the catch, and it's a touchdown for the Legion. So Vancouver cashes in on the Houston turnover, the Johnson interception.
Well done. Dramatic reenactment. Appreciate that. Well, the Rick meter is stunned. It's back to neutral, and it'll probably be lean Vancouver as we have the halftime, Colin.
Bratcher now with 3 catches for 91 yards, 30.3 yards per reception at a long of 45, and that was a 39-yard touchdown pass from Tom Pepper to Rich Bratcher.
Just one of many ridiculous stats in this game so far, and it's not even halftime. Am I right?
Oh, the
Yes.
the analytics guys are sweating hard now because that over ain't looking too good, especially if you took the under.
And where was the over-under set, Colin?
57.5.
Uh-oh.
Leroy Brown turns it up to the 29. And if you're Houston, you were up by 4 just a minute ago. Now you're down by 3. You will get the ball first to start the third quarter.
This is one of those drives, if they can get a positive play or two right off the bat, they'll go for it. Oh,
Johnson in the gun.
Look at this.
He's got to be careful. Takes the snap, throws a quick pass. This is complete to the reserve tight end for a pickup of 9 yards. That is Wiggins.
I actually love that play, as that was the overloaded side of the line with, 2 tight ends? And one just sinks back and picks up the swing pass for 9. Niner. Did you say Niner?
That is Brad Wiggins, number 82, the reserve tight end.
Try and call me on a walkie-talkie. That's one of the only pop culture references we've had so far.
Oh, we haven't had the Fantasy Island reference yet. As Warren Murray almost broke a tackle, but he gets stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Oh my!
Way to go, Devin King. You are the man. Well, same play again, and Warren Murray gets down about a yard past the first.
And they don't use the timeout here. Interesting.
Alistair Johnson a little slow getting set. They run the same play again. Warren Murray trying to get out of bounds, and he cannot. The time management's got to be
still no timeout. Come on. Yeah, there's almost not enough time anymore.
It's like they're stuck in a loop of some kind.
Calling the same play over and over. They had needed to take a shot. There's your timeout.
With 3 seconds left, this will probably just be a chuck to the end zone. And, you know, if Damon Simeon had any hair left, he'd be pulling it out by now.
Just when he was going to start growing it out.
They get the Hail Mary formation with 4 wide receivers to the top. Johnson's got a big arm. He pumps. He now has to duck under it, gets it away.
Oh, man.
And it is caught for the touchdown. DR Sim, are you gotta be kidding me?
Wow.
One of the rare Hail Marys you see. Usually this kind of thing happens at the end of the game and not the end of the half, but it's still amazing.
Oh, look at that duck, too. I thought this thing was out the back of the end zone, but he comes down with it.
Look at the ball. It was quacking all the way down at DR Sim. It was only 6'3", 215 pounds, pulls it out of the air and gives his team a 3-point lead pending the extra point.
He's a twiggy 6'3".
And the extra point is up and good. Houston leads 28 to 24. Oh my.
Well, the Rick meter is going back to neutral and just throwing in the towel right now for halftime.
The meter's been back and forth.
He wants to be paid extra for all this movement it's had to track.
297 yards for the Hyenas. Tuna Nakai held in check only 68 yards. TOP kind of close. Yardage kind of close. Vancouver has the yardage edge.
By the way, Eddie in the chat says DR. Or, was that Eddie?
Yeah.
Oh, talking about DR Sim.
Both quarterbacks have now tossed 3 touchdown passes each. And Jet Zero, we thought Vancouver was going to win this one in his Zero Guarantee article this week that dropped a couple days ago.
I was going to say, Eddie says that Sims looks like him from back in the day. I say, I got a hat tip for that.
Dave Axe is wondering who gets the ball. And somebody beat me to it before I could even say it. We're now up to 112 viewers. This is exciting.
And for those who aren't in the chat, who gets the ball?
For those who are in the chat,
Not in the chat.
not in the chat.
They need to know who's going to get the ball.
Houston is going to get the ball. They kicked off first to start the game.
Or wait, I think Houston's going to get the ball. or do you think Houston's going to get the
Oh, yeah. Stuck in one of those tulips. DR Sim, he caught 2 touchdowns, including that Hail Mary, which according to Jacob Clear was 54 yards. Usually, we've only seen a couple Hail Marys, and they've been game-winning situations, end-of-game type situations. That can be the first time I can ever recall seeing a successful Hail Mary for a touchdown to end the first half of play.
right. right.
I still can't believe what I just said.
We've had a whole game and a half, Colin. A whole game in one half. I mean, this is just this has been fantastic. I lost track of the lead changes. Maybe someone can go back and track it for me, but how many times has the lead changed hands in the first half?
Cameron Irvine with a little interesting nugget in the chat. There was one other halftime Hail Mary in SFL recorded lore. That was Dallas for Houston. DR Sim caught that Hail Mary as well.
Oh, he's a second quarter Hail Mary specialist. And the commish, Johnny on the spot. Thank you very much, Cameron Irvine.
Kickoff away, and the return up by Leroy Brown up to the 28. So the Hyenas following a crazy end of sequence. Don't forget, they ran like Warren Murray on the stretch play like 3 or 4 times in a row and called timeout with 3 seconds left.
They were functionally dead in the water. I mean, they didn't use their timeouts effectively. They had stalled out near midfield, just short of midfield, I guess.
I formation, 2 tight ends, a balance line for Kentez Johnson, but he
Uh-oh.
sees something. He changes the play.
Does. What do we got here?
Give to Murray up the middle.
Oh!
He's through. Has to break 1 tackle and does. A 2-man bring him down at the 38. And for Warren Murray, he's up to 172 yards at average. It's close to 11 yards a carry.
Johnson probably changed up the blocking call, and he saw with everybody crowding the line, if they could execute, they could
Alistair
bust it.
Johnson with a key block there.
Alistair. That's a hat tip for that name.
4 receptions, 22 yards for Murray as well. He's accounted for 2 of his team touchdowns. DR Sim, 5 catches, 93 yards. He's the leading receiver for Houston. Warren Murray with a nice spinning catch behind his back picks up 2.
2. Maybe I should have yelled 2. We got to catch up on our pop culture references. There's at least the second.
Still running that. Now they go to 4-man front. This is more of a nickel look for Houston. They have a bunch to the bottom. And they throw the out route to Sim, who's out of bounds.
Yeah, that was that was going to be the right play. They just didn't pull it off. A little sort of snap throw. Sim's all by himself. Oh, he wandered out of bounds.
3rd down and 8 for Houston. 3rd downs, they've been 3 of 7. Johnson, quick drop back, throws a slant cut. Leroy Brown at the catch up to the 24. There might have been
4 of 8.
Borderline contact when Brown dove to the ground. He's staring at Mark Lopez for an extra beat.
So they go 4 of 8 now on 3rd down conversions. Not a bad percentage, 50%.
First and 10 at the 24. Kentez Johnson in the shotgun, trips to the bottom. He goes over the middle, and it's complete to Dax Lewis on the slant.
I think Johnson saw what was going on with the defense as Vancouver sort of misallocates their manpower and putting 3 over a single receiver to the left side of the hyena formation. Picks them apart over the middle.
90L slants. That has been a money play for the Hyenas. They operate out of the split shotgun with a back to either side to Johnson. Here's the throw. Out to Murray.
Oh!
No, Black nearly scores a touchdown. He picked up 9 yards down to the 2.
That was a beautiful run after catch. Look at that. Let's see if we get another look. Nope, the boys in the truck are too busy downing Mountain Dew and Pop-Tarts.
No, that was Derek Dickerson. My apologies. This shows you how long I've been in the league. Darnell Black, I remember when he was starting for this Houston Hyena team. Here's the give up the middle to Murray, who's back in the game. He gets stopped on the line of scrimmage, and look who, number 55 for Vancouver.
Hey, Vancouver
Showing off his muscles.
Yeah.
Stop.
Vancouver stout against the run on that play.
That was Brackett there at the defensive end.
Looking for one more stop here to force the field goal attempt.
3rd and 2. Get to Murray. Got the first down and he got the touchdown. He scores from 2 yards out.
The Murray Racer.
And now they increase their lead to 10, pending the extra point. I don't know about you, Rick, but I didn't see this coming.
I don't think so. I don't think anybody did. So what was the win total for Houston so far this season?
2.
2.
As Warren Murray breaks the plane.
Houston so far going saying, hey, not dead yet.
The 2-yard touchdown and the extra point makes it 35-24.
So they
Still 8 minutes to go in the third, and we still have another quarter to go after that. Plenty of time, but you know the points have to start coming.
with a deep sigh, the Rick meter now is leaning Houston. Deep sigh because it's tired of working so hard and actually put more diesel fuel in the fuel tank.
You know, given what's going on right now, you know, that shouldn't cost you that much.
We got a break on that, yeah.
As Mark Lopez returns.
Oh!
There goes Mark Lopez. 50, 40. Does he have the speed? 20, 10, touchdown. Vancouver, Mark Lopez strikes like lightning. We got a 5-point game bending the extra point. My goodness.
All that hard work for Houston, and Vancouver says, hold my beer. We got to put one in the end zone too. Wow. Shocking. One of many shocking things so far here in Houston.
And the over is officially play. Or I think we've officially gone over the over under total.
Well, we've been in the over here, yeah, for a bit. Well, Houston's offense got to tighten up their laces and get back to business here. We just got this thing to a 2-score lead.
And now it's back to a 1-score lead. Oh, how things can quickly turn in the simulation football league.
Yeah, who'd have thought we'd be at 66 points at the 7:46 mark in the third period? Not me.
All the I was reading the scroller at the bottom. I'll get to it in a moment. Leroy Brown doesn't quite match Mark Lopez on the return, but it's up close to the 30.
It was a decent, as returns go, that's a decent return here in the SFL. It's mostly sink or swim.
Student Nakai came in with over 1,200 yards, 7.4 yards to carry, and 15 rushing touchdowns, which is second most in the league among tailbacks. He hasn't had a touchdown tonight, and he's only 68 yards. Johnson throws. Oh, that was nearly intercepted by Kyler Murray. No, not the Arizona Cardinal quarterback, Kyler Murray.
The SFL. The real Kyler Murray. Oh, there's another reference. I don't know if anybody would get that one, unless you were kids and you watched it. Anyway, yeah, just a reminder, the Rick meter had been leaning Houston, and it's still leaning Houston at this point, but Vancouver has cut the deficit to 4.
2nd and 10, Johnson. 6-step drop, fires to the sideline. This time it's a good out route pattern run by DR Sim. He gets 6 yards to set up a third.
The Rick meter functionally saying, I don't know. Exactly. Rick meter's not used to working this hard. Got to tell you that.
4-8 on third down on the Hyenas today. As they operate in the I formation, 2 receivers to the bottom. Quick throw over the middle. Brian Horrell with the catch.
And again, they're very effective quick slants against the jammed box that Vancouver's putting together on defense, Colin.
You know, kind of, I almost want to say off-man coverage.
Yeah, kind of. And so, everybody's so close to the line for Vancouver. If they're going to sink into coverage, they got to be on their game, because you got somebody wide crossing or a slant. You're just not going to get there to make an adequate defense.
Back to throws. Johnson down the middle, one-handed catch. Oh my goodness gracious! Brian Horrell is just showing off for the people now. That's his second catch, 35 yards.
Out of curiosity, are we at an interception apiece? Is that my recollection, Colin? I don't know what the stat sheet says.
I'll double check that in a moment.
I want to get back to my prescient keys to the game. Get off the top of the broadcast.
Kentez Johnson under center, turns, gives on the trap play to Murray, and Murray will only pick up a yard. That fact I wanted to read that I saw up the crawler earlier. All of the playoff teams from last year, including the defending champion Denver Nightwings, are under 500.
Ooh.
And coming into this game, Houston was tied with Atlanta for the best record in the SFL. Atlanta has a tiebreaker advantage over Vancouver, so that's why they're number 1. DR Sim gets out of bounds, picks up 6 yards. Perfect time to check the stats, and Kentez Johnson and Tom Pepper have 1 interception each. And DR Sim, with that last reception, has gone over 100 yards, 7 catches, 104 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Thank you, Jacob Clear. Back to throw is Johnson over the middle, tipped and intercepted. I spoke too soon.
Just as we
Lincoln
started talking.
Kingseed Sr. takes it off the deflection.
Well, the old announcer curse, as we start ruminating about turnovers and specifically interceptions, we seem to conjure one. Well, Hyena's moving in for another score. Very important turnover for your Vancouver Legion.
Down by 4, they have it on their own 16, and Suno Nakai with a carry, breaks away, used a couple of spin moves to get out of traffic, and picks up 7 yards. As Andy Hamilton implores you again to check your meter, he told you the batteries were dead.
It's still leaning Houston. Vancouver has a chance to alter the prediction of this possession. Mr. Hamilton.
Nakai again trying to find traffic wide, but he will only get back to the line of scrimmage. And Titans boy TC wants to know, when did Jameis Winston play in the SFL? Ethan Kai again with another tackle. You know, Kai has been fairly busy. He had a couple pass breakups early, but that was only his second tackle. 3rd and 2. Pass complete to number 85. That is Warren.
Ward.
Or Ward, yes. My apologies.
Yeah, and so Vancouver sort of gets a little breathing room here out over their 30.
Suna Nakai again on the carry. Trying to go wide and just only pick up one. Tackle made by number 70. It's Joseph, defensive end. Two receivers to the top. Pratchett in the slot. They got the other way to Nakai and he picks up a couple more yards. Edward Garrison brings him down, sets up a 3rd and 7. And for Vancouver,
Yes.
they are 3 of 8 up there. So trying to convert here. Hit as he throws, and it's complete. What a first down. That is Heath McDaniel Jr.
And they move themselves to 50% conversion rate on 3rd downs. Was it 3 of 8? No, they're not at 50%. So they're.
He made the catch in traffic. Got rid of it just before Mike Fats Johnson collected others.
Indeed.
And, you know, longtime viewers of us will know we take our dog, Denver, with us every. He's all excited for all the action going on. There's the backup pursuit in the Kai, number 20. Myron Jackson Jr. was on the carry. He picked up 2. And all of a sudden, those Legion running lanes are a bit closed off. Nakai is back in next to Pepper in the shotgun. High snap, back to throw, tipped in the air, intercepted. That is Kai Cash off the deflection.
Wow. Well, returning the favor there. And I was going to make the comment that we'll get another look at it. See if we get the formation. No, we don't get the formation. But they had brought their linebackers up looking to show pressure, and they sank back into coverage, and it pays dividends as Pepper tries to go over the middle into the strength of the defense.
Rodney
Pete?
Rodney Bonatti tipped it in the air. Athletic play for a linebacker. Guy used to play outside or taking over inside because BJ Lavos followed Eddie Gage west to Arizona. Johnson back to throw. Throws it out to D'Arcin. Catch for 6 yards. You know, it's just been those kind of consistent gains. You know, Rick, there have been turnovers, but, you know, Johnson, for the most part, has kept things relatively clean.
Well, and they're equal, right? Each team has thrown 2 picks, so
he's 21 of 28, so he's completing 75% of his throws. Another quick drop by Johnson over the middle, complete for the first down.
A classic focus on moving the sticks type of play right there, Colin. Music to my ears, warms my heart. Any other way you want to say it. As you get later in the game, you got to focus on possessing the ball and just moving the sticks. Sometimes OCs will outthink themselves and waste possessions, and you can't do that in a tight game.
Quintez Johnson throws it out to Warren Murray, and immediately by Devin King, and only picks up 1 yard.
They're trying to get Murray available in space to do something special, and Vancouver's having nothing of it. Hey, if you're new to the SFL, get your spot in the SFL minor league, SFLM, today at hashtag claim your spot and begin your SFL career. We'll get back to that in a second.
Trips to the top, 2nd and 9. Kentez Johnson, medium drop back, fires over the middle, complete. That is Brian Harrell, sets up a 3rd and 4.
Speaking of SFL minor league subscription going fast, and kickoff begins in April. First pro subscribers get first priority in choosing their position, so don't delay your career another second. We can't wait for you to hashtag make an impact.
Lincoln Rattlesnakes, Madison Lynx, San Jose Flight,
He's doing all this from memory. He's awesome.
Birmingham Fuel as DRC on the corner road makes a catch, and he will score the touchdown. The Doctor makes his 3rd house call of the game, and Houston, which came in averaging just over 17 points a game, it's dropped 41 on the lead.
Oh my gosh. And look at this. Nothing but green.
He was behind every.
They catch him, but too late. He breaks the plane. He broke the plane.
Madison
Exactly.
Lynx, the Ottawa Cavalry, and the Boise Mud Dogs. Those are your SFLM teams, and the coaching staffs and key players have been announced. As DRC turns back the clock, this is a guy who's played 10 years in the SFL, 9 of them for his hometown team. Oh, and I forgot about the Albuquerque Adams. Thanks for the mention there, Ethan Kai. We have 4 seconds left in this quarter. And the Vancouver Legion take over 1st and 10. Press coverage from Houston. They're showing blitz on the outside. They come with the blitz. And Suno Nakai runs for 6 yards. He's averaging 6.4 carry. After 3 quarters of play, the Houston Hyenas are in front 42-31 over the Vancouver Legion. They're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch.tv. Don't go anywhere. Put your 4s up in the chat.
Well, as we start the 4th quarter, we'll check in with the Rick meter. The Rick meter is still leaning Houston. You'd think with this score it might be solid Houston, but it's a crazy game.
Pepper back to throw. Throws it out. Oh, dropped. Dropped and welcome to the ball game, young man. There's been a moose sighting. Craig Hearn couldn't hang on to that one. Incomplete, setting up a 3rd down and 4. 4 of 9? Did you say? Or was that Houston up?
You'll have to go to Jacob Clear's stat sheet.
Now run with Suno Nakai. He broke 1 tackle, but he cannot break the others. He needed 3 yards, got 4. Welcome in to the chat, Justin Valentine, rookie running back. Excited for SFLM. Slated to be kicked off in April. Rick, that's going to be a lot of fun.
I think it is going to be a lot of fun, and it's another way to get involved. And here's the punt.
Is away, and down at the 30 is
congratulate the league and compliment them on continuing to create opportunities for people to get involved, participate, enjoy the SFL, enjoy controllerless esports.
And it's not only an opportunity for these guys to play, it's an opportunity for guys to coach as well, sort of groom their craft. Maybe play with the big club or perhaps a future expansion club if they have their eyes on ownership. Brian Craven in on the hit on Warren Murray. That was a pickup of 1. Trips to the top of the screen. Dax Lewis is the tight end. Offset to the right side is Warren Murray. Johnson, 6-step drop, fires it out to Murray. Murray makes the catch, turns upfield, picks up 6 yards.
And he manages to stay in bounds, so Houston is beginning to think about wasting some time. I'd like to get another score, obviously, said Captain Obvious. But they can begin to put additional pressure on Vancouver by burning clock.
And an extra tight end on the 2, and Murray does not get the first down. He's a yard short.
Uh-oh. That's going to end up, could come back to haunt them. I think they would really like to limit Vancouver to maybe 2 more possessions the rest of the way, but they're going to get it back here. They may have a chance for more.
He said the knee was just short as punt is away. Turned up by Lopez to the 27, so he's jersey number. Legion down by a couple of scores, 8:34 to go in the game, and they desperately need a score. Sandy Hamilton implores his defense. Pepper medium drop back throws. The second it's intercepted. Did off the deflection. Brady Clark got it out of the air.
Apologize for yelling in your ear. That was just...
And
Uh-oh.
Rich Pratchett is down in the center of the field, and they're calling for the cart. We'll get another look at it here. He tried to make a diving play on the ball, and Jacob Clear absolutely laid the wood on Rich Pratchett.
And we'll hope that even though he needs the extra assistance, it's nothing super serious.
1st and 10 at the 33. Houston lines up with 3 men in the backfield.
Vancouver rotates to 2 over. It looks like they're going to run anyway.
Up the middle, and he's got clear ceiling for about a... Warren Murray is approaching 200 on just 22 carries. He's at 190.
Or 1 yard outside of the red zone. Look out, here come Houston.
If any team can get to... Actually, with 3 weeks to go in the regular season, no teams have been eliminated.
Wow. Hey, I got to tell you, Colin, I'm impressed with Johnson's ability to sort of read the defense, make adjustments, and get into the right play and take advantage of what Vancouver's giving them.
Back to throw. Johnson throws down the middle. Oh! Almost had that one.
Oh. And the Vancouver faithful gasp as what could have been a drive-killing Kappa drive play.
2nd and 10 from the Sun Spots.
In the chat, 4-time Simulation Football League champion, Hall of Famer. Welcome in. Warren Murray gets the carry out. The backfield, and he gets tackled at the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they can't score and get another 1st down. It's end zone or nothing.
I think that run put him up over 200. And boy, I tell you, for Houston,
First and goal.
number 36 threw a great block. He's not listed on my sheet, however. That might be Mike Allen, the fullback, who's listed as 34, actually. Murray gets the carry again, and this time the Legion defense are ready. They've seen that play before. And Brian Cray and
4 yards on the play.
yeah, that was Craven who made the tackle.
Second and goal.
Well, I'm going to just have to stop making some of these complimentary comments as they checked into the wrong play on that one. Did they? They called the wrong play.
Johnson fires it. Oh, DR Sim had to go in sort of twisting motion for the ball. He's now at the 161. He knocked down at the 7. I think he lost 2 yards, actually, because the ball was originally at the 5. Or maybe again 2. I don't know.
Either way, it's 3rd and goal from the 7.
They go 4 wide in the gun. Throw to the end zone, knocked away.
Oh, well done, Vancouver. It looked for a moment like they were going to have it, Colin. Vancouver recovers and shuts it down.
So 6:23 to go. Out comes another field goal attempt.
Time to attempt a field goal from the 6-yard line. McDaniel on the hold.
For Jaquan Colgate. He already made one from about 29 yards. This one from a little closer in. Snap spot kick is on the way, good from 23 yards, so it's now 45-31 with 6:20 left.
Well, that's a full 14-point lead, a full 2-touchdown, 2-score lead. Colin was with 6:20 to go. That's a lot more time than Houston would really like to have left in the game, but either way, they're going to have to play defense.
If Pratchett is out of the game, that would be a huge blow. He has 3 catches for 91 yards on 7 targets. He got hurt on the last time he was thrown to. Mark Lopez spins ahead to the 29. 6:16 to go as the clock stops.
There we go. We got a lot of people all over the country watching, listening in. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying it. And a special shout out to Colin's brother, Graham, who's sheltering in place under order in Northern California, actually in Berkeley, California. Hopefully it's helping to pass the time. Make your Saturday night a little better. I know it's making ours better, right, Colin?
Oh, indeed. Tom Pepper, he has to go deep down the field, and he does. Oh, Brett Killian dropped the ball. And Rich Pratchett is out for the rest of the game at a hyperextended elbow.
Ooh.
Don't worry, the doctors can rebuild him.
As part of the Miracle Cure Network, that is the SFL medical staff. Career-ending injuries are no match for their healing qualities.
They're just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound. Oh, you beat me to it. Surely you must heal. Just a flesh wound.
Tom Pepper shot it and throws a big bigger and he scores, and Benatti has the pick 6. The Kaplan has been an absolutely crazy affair. Oh my goodness.
Even a rumbling, stumbling inside linebacker can house that puppy. He's 6'3", 263. His 4th season with the team, Colin, and we're about to have ourselves a 3-score game.
And Hog fan James, that's defensive end for Sioux Falls, James Kelly, I believe, says, turn out the lights, the party is over. And 1 week after scoring 50 points on Jacksonville, Vancouver suffers their own 50 burger.
And I regret to inform Andy Hamilton and the rest of the Vancouver faithful, the Rick meter has now gone solid, Houston.
And DR Sim sums up our feelings well, as he says he's shocked at what he's seeing tonight. This team played it close against Chicago, but it wasn't even that close. But Mark Lopez looking to make the... Oh, Kai Cash brought him down at his own 44, but the kicker slowed him up just enough for Cash to get there.
Oh, and that'll be a source of embarrassment as in the locker room for him, as they'll endlessly replay the kicker helping to make the play.
And it made the spin inside. Now, what's the kicker? He doesn't... His tackle was broken, but he slowed him up just enough.
Right. Allows the cavalry to arrive and actually make the tackle.
That's a guy who's going to have to step up right there. It's Brett Killian. He had the early touchdown reception from the captain candidate, Sergeant Pepper. And he's to throw down the middle of the field. He goes directly to the man I was talking about, Killian. That's his fifth catch for 85 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Get a little look at the wide receiver duel going on. Wow. That's sort of an eye blinker, like that actually happened. Within a hair's breadth of being knocked away or worse for Vancouver, but as it is, they're in business.
Tom Pepper under center has Suno Nakai in the backfield. We'll get off to Nakai. And it's been that kind of day for Suno as he stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Angel Salinas in on the tackle.
Or on hell. Potentially.
That's his third tackle, Rodney. Panani has 5 tackles.
All right.
And Mike Johnson has 2 sacks.
Yeah, but Panani says, I got 5 tackles and a touchdown.
Here's Suno Nakai explodes into the end zone. Vancouver's not going away. They're still fighting with 4:51 left.
Wow.
They're down by 20, and they now cut it into a little bit. As Suno Nakai rumbles in for rushing touchdown number 16 on the year.
Number 3 goes back for the point after. Number 2 will hold the kick.
Spread on this game was the Legion are favored by 17.
Wow. And the over-under was 57.5, which we blew through some time ago. Well, that cuts it to a 2-score game with 4:51, and as incredible as Houston really needs to put some more points on the board.
And they will try the onside kick, and why not? As we had 90 combined points, and the onside kick will snuggle into the arms. Barry Bergen scoops it up and places it. It's taken down at the 40.
Yeah, the Legion do need 2 more possessions, and they're at risk of maybe only getting it back 1 more time. Can't fault.
DR Sim made a little personal history. He tied James Cooley for the most total SFL touchdowns all time. What? Among wide receivers.
Oh!
And Warren Murray explodes to the 33 as we get things going. And he is now up over 200 yards, 208 yards on 24 carries.
My goodness.
And 3 total touchdowns, so he counts for 21 of his team's 52, count them, 52 points. 3 men in the backfield. Blitz being shown by the Legion. Ventez Johnson taking his time. Turns gives to Murray, and Murray pick up a yard. Doug Day on it.
One of the rare rushing mistakes by Murray right there. He needed to just get a quick cut to his left, and there was quite a lane there, but instead He runs into the tackle near the line of scrimmage.
Hunter Norwood referencing that who you got picks were 11-3. No, actually 11-3 who in terms of the favorites were on that poll.
Do you go, if they don't make it, do you go on 4th down? Because you can burn some clock and stick them with poor field position. I don't know.
I don't know. And now they have to make that decision. Warren Murray only picked up a yard, needed 3. It'll be 4th and 2.
I don't know what kind of kicker they got, Colin. What's your intel on the Hyenas'
It's
leg?
It's what I call a preferred walk-on signing. He
Yeah.
was signed in week 7. He doesn't necessarily have the strongest leg. This could be just right on the edge of possibility, and they will try it here. This will be about a 47, 48 yarder out of Holden McNair. Snap is good, and the kick is on the way, and he made it!
Oh.
Just barely from 40 yards away. So Jaquan Colgate is 3 for 3.
Wow. Congratulations, young man. Well done.
Another yard back or so, and I don't think he would have made it.
No, he was right. He was right there, but you know what? They know his range. They put him out there.
And Colgate to kick this one away. Other than him giving up a kickoff return touchdown to Lopez, he's had a pretty good day. Made a couple of field goals and possibly prevent another long run back by Lopez earlier. As he gets up to the 29.
Well, that's an important field goal as it takes it back to being a 3-score game.
Tom Pepper under center has a bunch formation. 7-step drop, fires to the sideline, pass is caught.
That's a nice play. Unfortunately, couldn't get out of bounds. But they go hurry up anyway, Colin. I'm not sure Houston's ready. Here we go.
Now they go medium this time. Out to Nakai on the swing pattern, and Sudo stays in bounds. Picked up 5, though.
I thought there might have been somebody available on the cross with a bunch to the bottom of the formation, but same formation. Let's see where they're going this time.
2nd and 5, 7-step drop down the middle of the field. Double coverage catch to the 30-yard line, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. Houston leading by 55-38, but Vancouver trying to make it interesting for Pride Lake. That catch was made by Heath McDaniel Jr. Of course, there was Rich Pratchett. He hyper extended his elbow. On an interception thrown by Captain Canada, Tom Pepper. He goes to the corner. Oh, it's knocked away. Craig Hearn, the intended target, and poor Moose has just not had a good day. 2 targets, no catches.
Right, not getting open and then not catching the balls that are thrown, the couple balls that have been thrown his way. It's a rough outing.
Captain Commandant with an interesting comment. I'll get to that in a minute after this play. 2nd and 10. Split backs. Pepper to Nakai short. And Vancouver will start burning the timeout. Their timeout. Captain Commandant with an interesting comment. He witnessed the start of Houston's explosive offensive production last week during the 2-minute drill versus Chicago at the end of that game. Remember, the final score was 27-21, and they got a touchdown late from Barry Bergens. Seems that momentum's carried over.
Yeah, that's a great observation. Sort of sneaky.
3rd and 7. Out route, he'll be 4 yards short. Brett Kelly didn't run it deep enough.
Yeah, sneaky under the radar. Houston sort of getting their act together at the end of the last game, and Well, look what they've done tonight.
4th and 3. Out of bounds. Clock stopped at 1:48.
And if you're Vancouver, if you'd have heard you were going to score 38 tonight down in Houston, you'd say that's a pretty good victory, but they're 17 points behind.
Throw out of bounds. First down to the 18.
First down, Sunspots.
Killian targeted twice in a row. He is closing in on 100 yards, and Mr. Killian,
First and 10.
well, in fact, he's over 100 yards. He's at 108 on 8 receptions.
For those of you who might have missed the opening of the game, Vancouver, by the way, is in the Vancouver Canucks salute to the NHL uniform tonight.
Trips to the top, pepper down the middle, caught that to 2, and here comes the hurry up. That's Heath McDaniel.
Oh, no, it's a big lineman has to get back.
And Fats Johnson, too. Nakai is open in the flat. They get it to him. Touchdown, Vancouver. Cyril Nakai on the reception, and it's now 11-point game pending the extra point.
Right, and that's one of the benefits of the hurry up. They just get the Hyena defense sort of maybe a little out of gas, but really lost mental focus. And how does he get that wide open and just waltzes into the end zone?
Number 3 is back.
It's the hurry up, I'm telling you.
Number 2 on the hold.
Appreciation all around from Eddie Gage, Damon Simeon. Eddie Gage's team is right on the edge of 2-6. They play the Vancouver Legion this Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Both of those teams fighting for a playoff spot. And as I said on the Commissioners Ask Me Anything chat last night, may the best team win, Eddie, and good luck to your players. Onside kick coming with 1:27 left from Sammy Salt, and Salt goes right to an Hyena defender, and let the ritual burning of timeouts begin.
Yeah, exactly. Houston's still going to have to migrate the ball downfield a little bit, pick up another first down. They're going to salt this thing away.
And they'll start things off with an I formation. Warren Murray behind Allen. Here's the get to Murray. Gets 2 in the first time out of call. Second and 8, ball on the Legion 36. There's a look at
3 in the backfield now for get serious about trying to run this thing, pick up more than a couple.
Doug Day's 8 tackles. As Murray gets another carry. He's got room, and he's got the first down. And for Warren Murray, it's been a master class in rushing. 224 yards on 28 carries. 8 yards a carry.
Oh my gosh. And had some monster runs embedded.
First and 10 at the 25, 1:16 left.
Legion can no longer stop the clock.
And they're going to the best formation in football, the victory formation. And Johnson starts things as it brings up a 2nd and 12. You know, coming into the game, Legion were only giving up 24.5 points a game. Needless to say, that average will be a little bit inflated.
There ain't no comeback line for you. Red!
Indeed. I hope everybody's enjoyed tonight's game. It's been a wild one. Super fun to call. Those of you who haven't tuned in before, Colin Northrup is your play-by-play guy and talent. I'm the sidekick, Rick
Eh.
Northrup. And we've got Jacob Clear running stats for us tonight. Cameron Irvine is back at World Headquarters producing the game.
And this ball game is all but over. Houston, with the shocking upset of the year, beat the Vancouver Legion 55-44. As we take a look at the stats, 529 total yards for Houston. Coming in, they had only 332 per game offensively. You know, if you're the Legion, you played a good game, but it was just a little too much of that at Warren.
A little too much. That's one way to put it, exactly.
Dentis Johnson throws 4 touchdown passes, joins Pepper and also throwing 4 touchdown passes, but he threw 1 less interception than Tom Pepper did. Johnson finishes 28 of 37, 309 yards. Most of those yards going to DR Stim, 11 grabs, 161 yards, 3 touchdowns, including Hail Mary. I couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe it. Nobody could believe it.
A lot of people being really too nice to us in the chat. Thanks for the compliments and compliments to the chat. It's always great. Makes the game, adds another dimension to the game. We appreciate it. Shout out to all the chatters.
I would bet player of the game has to go to DRC. He had just a great game.
I don't know. Johnson's got some good stats, although
Although
they were those picks. I don't know. Everybody's getting on him like Jameis Winston, but yeah, he made a lot of great reads, got a lot of great checkdowns, made some fantastic throws.
Brian Horrell also had he had a couple key receptions for, I think 61 yards. His pick 6 was definitely the highlight. Lincoln Kingseed Sr. finishes with 8 tackles. Kevin Brackett finishes with a sack. But give credit to the Legion. Even though they were down by a bundle, they didn't necessarily give out the Suna Nakai touchdown run.
You okay over there?
Sort of kept things close at the end, but ultimately it was this field goal by Colgate.
Ooh. Just.
And yet the highlights keep rolling. Devin King led all of Legion tacklers with 9.
When you score like 400 points, it takes a while to get through all the score plays. Plus all the picks.
And the player of the game, drum roll please, is, Warren Murray, 222 yards, 32 receiving yards, 3 total touchdowns. And this guy was all over the place. And
Excellent choice. A lot of options. That's a good one.
For those of us in the Simulation Football League, I'm Colin Northrup. He's Rick Northrup for Jacob Clare and Stats and our producer, Cameron Irvine. Have a good night, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the game starting on Sunday.